So hi beautiful people out there. Today I've come with very common problem. It's a very common problem which most of the people face, that is they work a lot. They are putting their best effort to learn this language, but still they are not able to speak proper English. They are not fluent. They cannot speak in front of other people whenever the right times comes for them to speak out. Stumble upon their own words. They don't find the right words. They always fumble for the right words, but right word doesn't come to their mind. And they are so hopeless, they are so nervous, they feel very shaky. They can understand how they can be fluent by using various methods, always, they are working for it. They are looking YouTube video, they have joined some classes, but still they don't find any improvement in their language. So what can be the reason? What are the reasons? So let's first understand what is the meaning of fluency. If we talk about the term fluency, many people have different idea or conception about this word. Some people think that, if you speak very fast, it means that you are fluent. Some people think that fluency is something different thing. If you are very good in the language, you know your language very well, it means you are fluent. Now, some people think that a general understanding of language makes you fluent. But the thing is that, it is something more specific than what you think. When we say fluent to someone, it means that if you are able to put forth your ideas, your thoughts, whatever you want to say to other people without any obstacle or without getting stuck, you can say that you are fluent. Or if you are able to put across your ideas, your talk to someone standing in front of you, talking to you without any fear, without any fumbling for words, without any type of obstacle, you can be fluent. Or the person is able to understand you, whom you are talking, you can be called fluent. Now, if we talk about fluency, it has two aspects, First thing is that fluency, it works in two ways. First thing is that whatever you are uttering, the articulation of words should be clear. Second thing, I suppose that let me explain it to you first, that it means, even if the words or sentences are very arduous, very complicated, but you are able to pronounce them, you are able to, utter them without any problem, you can be called fluent. And second thing is that if while talking to somebody, if you are not fumbling for words, you are not looking for words, if you are not thinking about, right words for the right context, and you are able to, put forth your ideas smoothly without getting stuck, you can be called fluent. It means, whatever ideas are there in your mind, you are getting the right word for it. And it is coming, spontaneously from your mouth. You can be called fluent. And this fluency, it doesn't come, it's not a matter of instant gratification, you can say. It takes time. It takes years, You need to work constantly to become fluent. You cannot say that, one day you can become fluent and started speaking fluently with your friends, your colleagues, and you have become very, very popular among themselves. So this is not going to work. Just remember that it is a matter of hard work. It is a long process. In my all video, I say the same thing, that it needs lots of efforts and hard work to learn this language, to speak this language. And second thing which I really want to tell you that, speaking comes from speaking. The more you speak, the better you become. And no any other idea, no any other methods will work for you. If you're listening a lot of things, it's very good that you are getting the idea of the words or sentences or phrases or clauses, and you are improving your listening skill. If you're reading a lot, you are connecting with words and phrases, and you are getting an idea that how you can construct a sentences by using some moderate type of grammar. Everything is okay. Even if you are writing, you are making your mind work for it and you are writing. But what about the study? What about the speaking? Speaking, until and unless you speak, you cannot speak. You need to speak, students. You need to speak a lot. Just get out of your comfort zone. Try to speak whenever you get time. Whether you are outside of your house or whether you're inside of your house. Just speak English with your friends, with your family members, with other people, around you. Try to speak English. I know some people say, no, I get very nervous whenever I speak with other people. I get very shaky, when the right time comes for me to speak English. So I would suggest them that, if this thing happens, give yourself a self-talk, which is very important. Self-talk means try to speak to yourself, Try as much as you can speak to yourself, and you will find that once you start speaking to yourself, putting some question to yourself and answering yourself, thinking about in your brain, constantly if you are working in it, you will find that, what happens when you go to sleep in the night, you find that, your mind is working. And it is happening in your mind like you are thinking in English only. This is, people say think in English, talk in English. This is the right thing. When you work constantly on this language, when you work a lot on this language, when you fill your mind with English stuffs, all the time, it happens automatically in your brain that, even if you think something, it would come in English. And gradually this will become a kind of habit to speak English. And you will find that, till now you have not been very confident to speak in front of those people whom you don't know, or even if you know, you are really very hesitant to speak to those person. When you are constantly working on it, you will find that, you are very easily, you are speaking in front of them. And you don't feel this, this is my own experience and very much tested and verified. So that's, I'm telling you that whenever this thing happens, constantly you are working on it, you are speaking, whenever you are getting time, you speak in front of mirror or make video of yourself, speak a lot. Don't miss opportunities of speaking. Whenever you get time, speak. Because ultimately you have to speak. It's a skill and it's need a lot of practice, like learning motor car or bicycle. So I'm not going to give you the same example again and again. Just remember one thing, that you need to speak only. Speaking comes from speaking. You have to speak. So that is why I would suggest you that what you need to do, that you can make 10 questions daily, write 10 questions and ask those questions to yourself and answer it yourself. Okay? So you will find that things have become very, very, very clear to you. Once you start doing it, you will find that everything has become clear to you. Now, if we talk about other skills of speaking English, that is, listening and writing and reading, these things also work. You need to develop these things also, but in your leisure time, when you are free, when you are not doing anything, read books. Okay, whenever you get time, you are sitting somewhere, write 2, 3, 4 lines. Okay, when you have newspaper around you or some magazine, start reading it. Make it a habit. So in everyday, what should I say? in everyday's timetable, just add these things, that I have to read, write something, or I have to listen something, to make listening a habit. And I would suggest you one more thing, which I find very good, that is, do a thing, make a diary, and try to listen YouTube video. Some videos, some comedy videos, and sometimes you see that some videos are there where you find that lots of drama and some kind of plays. So what you do, whenever you find some sentence structure which is difficult for you, where you have used would have or could have or had not, if I had known this type of structure, note it down. And after noting it down, what you need to do, it just make 10 more sentences of like that and start speaking like this. Make some conditional. If some conditional sentences are there, try to make some condition out of it. And you will find that, things become clear to you. Till now, you have been, running away from these things, thinking that English is not my cup of tea and I would not be able to speak English fluently in my whole life. Once you start doing it, you will become that things have become really very easy for you, and you will be able to speak fluently. And I want to tell you one more thing which is very important. Suppose that your regular work is very much needed, that is very clear, but sometimes it happens that you don't work for some day. Perhaps, you become disappointed, depressed, thinking that, I've been working for a long time, still I'm not getting the right result. So what you do, then stop working. And once you start working, mind becomes stagnant. You will feel that, you have become to that place where you have been earlier. It means that you have become zero again. And this thought of yours, it doesn't let you go ahead. It always pushes you back. So that is why I would suggest you that first of all, for few days, for few months, constantly you have to work on it. And many people ask me that how much time should I give to learn English. So I would suggest them that don't bound yourself in the limit of time. Just try to speak more and more, learn more and more, read more and more. Whenever, wherever you get time, you read. First few months, you need to stick to this language, cling to this language. You have to absorb this language in yourself. Or you can say you have to eat English, you have to drink English. For few months, do it. After few months, you will become that you have become constant, learner of English, and things started becoming easy for you. And once you become easy, knowing all aspects of this language, start working. Just make a timetable, at least 1 hour daily. You need to work on it. But now don't bound yourself in limitations. I am just telling you this thing because it is very, very much tested, and I just told you that I have experienced this thing. When I don't work for 2 or 3 or 4 days, I become really very much depressed, thinking that what happens. Sometimes I have also felt this thing that whenever the right time comes for me to speak English, I become dumb. Word would not come out from my mouth, and I would remain there stagnant, thinking, okay, let it go, it's not my cup of tea. So it just happened. And I'm going to tell you one incident of my life which is I would like to share with you. What happens that you know it very well that I'm from Hindi medium school, and I'm trying my best to learn this language. You know it very well. So that is why I have no hesitant, I have no problem to share this thing with you. Once it so happened that we were sitting somewhere, and they were discussing on something, and I was also supposed to say something. Few teachers, they were sitting together, and we were discussing on some issues, and they also told me to speak on that issue. I was I just got stuck. I thought that how could it be possible for me to speak on this thing? Then what I did, that I started thinking, no, I can do it. I will speak. I can do it. I will speak. I started repeating this thing. I just thought that I would not let this disappointed hover around my mind. Rather, I would speak whatever comes in my mind. I would speak, and I started repeating, I will speak, I can do this. And just trust me, what I did, just believe me, that day I was able to speak very fluently. Whatever was there in my mind, I tried to speak out those things. So that is why I would suggest you don't lose your confidence. Your confidence is very much needed for speaking English. Just raise your confidence to this level and try to work on it. Constant work will surely take you to that level where you will find that you have become fluent in English. And this fluency comes slowly. Don't think that you can become fluent in 1 month or 2 months or 3 months. No, in 1 month, 2 months or 3 months you can get an idea about this language. You can get this thing that I have to work like this on this language, but you cannot be fluent. Fluent means it needs lots of practices, lots of hard work, lots of efforts. Then only you can be fluent. Thank you so much.